continuously following a narrative and comparing oneself and all that is can be very destructive. It can be helpful when there's perspective and understanding that the narrative is just a narrative and it's not something that defines you. But as soon as it becomes the identification and it becomes the obsession, that's when we start to see some unhealthy patterns of behavior and then some unhealthy identifications with things that don't lead to fulfillment. Hey guys, welcome to another video. If you are new to my channel, I talk about mental health, spirituality, any insights that I might be having in the moment. If that sounds like it might be helpful or interesting to you, then check out my other videos and consider subscribing. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one, I do offer energy work and coaching sessions. You can check out the details about that on my website, which will be in the description below. So I came into this video with a few different ideas about what I wanted to talk about. But then when I sat down, I just kind of paused for a moment because I felt like the stuff I was talking about was not kind of resonant with where I currently am in this moment. And I heard the birds outside, and all the noises from outside, and it kind of connected me with a sense of peacefulness and a sense of kind of quiet. And it made me realize like how busy my life feels. And it's true on some level that my life is busy, but I have a lot of different aspects of my life that are going in different directions. Not that I'm like not reaching towards a specific goal, but more that I have like a lot of different areas that I'm working on, and so in some ways my energy is spread out. But sitting in this space and with the birds and the kind of silence, it's kind of made me realize that even within the busyness and within the commitments and the places that I have to go and be and partake in, there can still be stillness within that. So I think I've really been focusing on like the busyness and the activities and the commitments that I have in my life, and I've been forgetting to connect with the stillness, with the quietness, with the peacefulness of the moment. I think very much that our Western society is a narrative-based culture, so a lot of our worth and value and kind of dogmas surrounding a narrative or like a story that needs to be kind of fulfilled or followed, and it doesn't really allow much space for just for nothingness and for just being, and for not having a story, and for not kind of constantly thinking about something. We're always being bombarded by advertisements, by content, by everything's always just trying to like grab your attention and get you to think about them more, or like engage with them more, whether it be ads or content creators or whatever. And so our awareness and kind of our focus is extremely powerful, because people pay lots of money to get focus from people, which is why people spend millions of dollars on advertisements, because that's a valuable the most valuable thing you can buy is people's kind of focus and attention, because that is focus and attention is where energy moves. That's how, if you're focused on, for example, like when pilots are learning how to fly, or car drivers are learning how to drive and stuff, they always tell you when you're about to like have an accident, or if there's like an incident on the road, make sure to not look at what the thing you don't want to hit. You want to be looking at the place that you want to go. So that focus of like looking at the object that is an obstacle versus viewing the open space that will allow you to move out of that potential impact is what can save your life. And so that's kind of like a black or white example, but that happens in life too, where if our focus is consistently on a story or consistently on a specific problem we have to solve, or any number of things, then that becomes the reality that we live in. That becomes kind of like what we focus on, what we think is true, what we project onto our reality. And so sometimes taking time to just like not engage with any narrative, but just kind of observe and be present and like listen to the birds, is a good practice, because it allows us to have perspective. And I'm really grateful that I've been able to connect with this space this morning. It's not really something that we're taught to appreciate. I know this is not something that I really learned in school. I did take a yoga class in high school, and that was helpful. It was like the beginning, but this is something that like needs to be kind of adopted into our society, because I think it is extremely beneficial to mental and physical well-being. Continuously following a narrative and comparing oneself and all that is can be very destructive. It can be helpful when there's perspective and understanding that the narrative is just a narrative and it's not something that defines you. But as soon as it becomes the identification and it becomes the obsession, that's when we start to see some unhealthy patterns of behavior and then some unhealthy identifications with things that don't lead to fulfillment. So on another note, I have been very busy. I have been doing a lot of things, which is great. I love it. I have been doing sports, so I've been playing hockey. I've been lifting. I've been running. I'm also I'm playing like a D&D campaign, which is really fun. I'm engaged in my social group's like kind of expanding, and we're like doing activities together and stuff, so that's really fun. I'm also in grad school. I also work a full-time job. I also make videos, play video games. Like there's a lot moving parts. I'm also in a relationship, so like spending time with Taylor too. So there are a lot of moving parts. Oh, also helping my parents once a week, on their properties or on the farm. So I am busy. And I think that remembering to have those moments of stillness is going to be helpful for me to kind of balance that busy life versus kind of relaxing and remembering that we just have to enjoy sometimes, just relax and just be. Um, So yeah, I don't know if I have much more to say about that today. Um, if you have time today, maybe find a little time in your day to maybe go outside, or to find a place where you can just kind of relax and um, just just exist. Try to just allow yourself to just be here now, and if things come up like the stories we tell ourselves or the things that we think we are, um, just remember that that is just a narrative that we are telling ourselves. And sometimes it's really hard to get out of that narrative, so I understand that. Um, and I've been there. I've struggled that quite a bit, and I still struggle with it. Just just do your best, you know. Sometimes I find that connecting with something is helpful. So if I try to like focus on the listening to the noises in nature, or feeling the, like, kind of using your senses as something to ground you into the moment is helpful. So like feeling sensation, so like maybe feeling the grass, um, feeling the air, smelling the air outside, or inside, but just using those five senses as like a technique to kind of help you ground into that moment when there are a lot of thoughts can be really helpful. Um, and yeah, that is pretty much it. I hope this video was helpful for you. And if you have any questions or any things that you'd like me to talk about, feel free to put them in the comments below. And as always, guys, make sure to seek your truth and to take time for yourself. Bye for now.